I want to go into that. How soon do you think you should sleep with someone? After how many dates? And we'll start with you, and then we'll get the rest of the panel.
Probably like 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Or
You've never heard of
less.
3-date rule? Don't change your answer because of me.
But it depends on the
Okay.
guy, I think.
What do you mean it depends on the guy?
If I want to sleep with them.
So if he's a Chad, like if he's really attractive, you'll sleep with him sooner.
Ugh, I don't like the description of a Chad.
You don't like Chad?
No.
Chad?
Okay, it
Like this
also-
stereotypical Chad, what do you think of?
Isn't like the
Like just a really hot dude, like a really
No.
attractive guy.
No, that's not what.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, think of like them
No.
frat boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like
Like
your
a
typical
dick. Yeah.
Okay,
like
whatever.
annoying ass frat
Like-
boy.
Whatever.
Sorry, R.I.P. to all the Chads.
Yeah, sorry. Well,
So
That's not-
so okay.
Okay,
4 you think 4 to 5?
yeah.
If they're really,
But
let me ask,
4 to 5. Oh.
if they're really attractive, do you sleep with them sooner?
It's like, what if I might want to take it slow with them. If I want it to be like a serious thing, then I might wait. You know?
It just depends.
Yeah.
it
Have-
depends.
It really,
How long
yeah, it
you've
just
known
depends
him.
on what
How
you're
is that
looking
like?
for.
Yeah, no, it depends
Or what if-
on the guy.
It depends.
Circumstance.
So-
yeah.
But have you ever had a one-night stand or slept with a guy the same night you met him?
Yeah.
Okay. But isn't that a
But-
bit contradictory to what you just said though? If
No.
they wanna
But
sleep
no,
with
because you
on-
were talking about
It
dates. Like if a guy's taking her
Yeah.
on a date, like
That's why
that
okay,
was.
if I sleep with him on the first guy, I probably like don't actually like him. Does this make sense?
Yeah. This makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I feel like it's just so overcomplicated nowadays.
Wait, hold on. Can you just repeat that? If you really like him, you want to wait?
Like if I
What,
want,
repeat what you just said.
I don't know what I just said.
Oh,
If I want to like actually like date him, then I would want to wait. I think.
Versus
Your other
Versus
If you-
if maybe it's just like a fuck buddy and I just want to like
yeah. There's
do
Yeah.
that with him.
okay.
We
Also
said
like a
frat,
first
not
date.
fat boys.
also like a first date. You kind of like
What?
figuring out whether or
Tilt your
not.
microphone down towards you.
Also, like on a first date, you're just like.
Tilt it. More. There you go. Go ahead.
On a first date, you're kind of like figuring out whether it's gonna be something serious or like if it's not, and you're just gonna fuck him and then either not talk to him again or just have a fuck buddy or continue a serious relationship.
Okay.
It really depends.
Okay.
I think it's so
for me.
overcomplicated nowadays.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just be honest and put out the energy that you want. You know, I feel like you should just tell people like, look, this is all I'm looking for. This is that, and just be real about that execution. But I feel like at the same time, like, you know, if we're talking about dates, like, how well is that sexual chemistry? You know, like how well is this date going? Because I mean, that might encourage me to want to sleep with somebody sooner.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, as women too, we kind of get judged a little bit. It's a little bit of a harsh scenario, like, oh, if we sleep with them right away, then there's no mystery, there's no whatever, there's no
Yeah.
alluring sensation. He already got what he wanted, so he's gonna move on, you know. And I feel like I don't know, I don't feel like that's always fair necessarily, because I feel like men can have that experience and not, you know, have that same backlash. And I don't know, I feel like if you're really feeling it, whatever, I mean, you know, why not continue it? Why not see where that goes? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I feel like
Wait. Clarify. What did you mean by the backlash?
I feel like there's, like you kind of mentioned, like this 3-date rule, and I feel like a lot of women kind of, when they want to pursue something like a relationship or they want to pursue like a certain individual, you know, they are kind of abiding by this, you know, this rule of like, okay, I can't sleep with him right away because if I do, then he won't be interested, or, you know, he won't, you know, find me exquisite in this way. And I don't think I jive with that energy or that, you know, narrative anymore, because it's just not reality a lot of the times,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think the 3-date rule is more so if it's more than 3 dates, for most men, you might want to move on. At least it depends on the girl. Some
Mhm.
girls, it depends. But if a girl's already slept with 50 dudes, you want to make me wait 10 dates? Okay. Like, to me, that's a bad look. So
Can you go into that more? Like,
Yeah.
it's the
Like-
same. Okay, here's the example. So all of a sudden I've come along.
mhm.
I'm the guy that you want to have a relationship with. You want to make me wait. And that's fine. That's totally your prerogative. Like,
Mhm.
It's not like a pressure thing or anything, but I'm gonna feel a certain type of way about that if your body count is really high. Like if you've slept with 40 dudes and you gave it up on the first date, but now I have to be traditional with you. I'm gonna look at that and be like, in the same way that I guess the flip side of that would be, imagine a boyfriend of yours, you guys don't really do anything. You guys just, you like each other, but he says, hey, let's hang out at my place. Let's stay in, eat some food, whatever. And then you find out that he was taking her on these extravagant, tongue tied here, extravagant dates, paying for her to go on trips with you, buying her gifts.
That sounds more serious. That sounds definitely more like a relationship. And I feel like it's not that you're willing to settle for less, but that might just be, what you prefer. That might just be what's working for you. But I mean, I don't know. Like, how would you approach it if a woman was like, I'd like to sleep with you now, but I'd also like to continue seeing you? Like, how would you respond to that?
So for me personally, I definitely know that some guys have this thought, oh, if she sleeps with me too soon, then she's not worthy of a relationship. I don't feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
If the girl is down for the first time we're hanging out, that's not gonna
just write her off.
That's not gonna preclude me from wanting to continue seeing her, because I think there's actually much better indicators of someone not being worthy of a relationship than the speed in which they're down to sleep with you. But for some men, definitely, like if you sleep with them too soon, they're probably going to put you in the hookup only category.
Yeah. Well, I feel like what.
But for me personally, at first night, second night,
I think that's fair. It's refreshing to hear because I don't think I hear that enough. And I think it kind of goes both ways. You kind of mentioned that, women with higher body count, I feel like women take that in consideration too. Like on a first date, it'd be like, if that is a topic that comes up and, like, oh, I get around that, my first initial thought is like, I don't take you seriously then, and I feel like men probably, it's vice versa.
Yeah. I mean, well, definitely body count is important. I care about body count.
Why do you care about body count?
Yeah.
Why do I care about body count?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to remember all the other topics we had to talk about. Before I get into body count, let me read some super chats and we'll get into body count. So